Thank you, Uday. Congratulations on the mentors meet and my best regards to everyone who's present. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my views briefly. I think regarding admin and programs and the quality of inputs for the startups, Aicrmp is doing a brilliant job, and I like to say that you keep it up. Well, on the entrepreneurs and the B plans, I've always said that idea plus plan plus action, that makes a successful entrepreneur. While we've been doing a great job on idea and plan preparation, I think action part is something where I require upskilling, and there should be some courses that if we can introduce, particularly of course, the knowledge about the business is important, but it's a combination of mind, body, attitudes, habits, ethics and values that also go into make great entrepreneurs. In fact, more often than not, the reasons for failures are not in the domain of knowledge, but they are more in the domain of mind, body, attitudes, habits, ethics and values. So I'll just take them one by one. First is skills and virtues that really are needed for, let's say, greater success rate for our entrepreneurs. I think they should be introduced if possible. Maintaining focus is something that I have seen that requires improvement, because there are different business models. They keep changing from one business model to another. The phase-wise product launch is not clear, and the different goal setting along the journey of the businesses, that is, the clarity is missing, and I think that requires certain coaching and mentoring, and maybe if we can have extra support there. Detailing also at times I find is lacking. Consumer needs and the competition, the study of both of them will help that, and maybe then applying innovation to create the unique selling propositions. I think all that requires some support and maybe mentoring before these people come and ask for money. Meeting deadlines is again very important, that they must have different deadlines to accomplish different let's say milestones, and those milestones, the clarity regarding them is very important along the journey. Then importance is of consistent performance. The consistency also I see lacking sometimes. There are spurts of brilliance and there's a lot of activity, and then for 3 months you see nothing, and then they come back for let's say review or reporting. Then again some of the things that we had discussed earlier, they are missing. So well, to be a successful entrepreneur, consistency is very important in terms of your effort levels. Then of course keeping very high level of self motivation, willingness to make sacrifices, and those are some of the soft skills. Now I'm getting into those areas which are very important. People want to succeed, but then they are not willing to make the sacrifices that are needed to get that success. So that is also something I think that the awareness and the consciousness about that is very important. And then of course reducing whining and why I can't do this and why I cannot accomplish something else, and filtering out the noise. These are things that again need counseling. Then all of this I think will require a little bit of emotional quotient building, and maybe somewhere the spiritual quotient building also, because I see at times there is a lot of internal turbulence that comes in the way of the accelerating the pace or accomplishing different milestones. And maybe some even in management institutes now they are introducing courses on spirituality in corporate management, and I think it helps, because a strong mind creates a good body, and both of them together then generate ideas and then the action plan. So somewhere this combination of EQ and SQ, let's see what we can do to really groom our entrepreneurs on campus in these areas. And then of course leadership, team building and building team confidence, those are some areas where we can, if we can come up with some kind of courses where we can take people through and then build their competencies. Prioritization of activities and time management is another thing that I think we should try and empower our teams. Listening and public speaking skills also, I think that they are it's need of the hour, that if we can improve those skills, because to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to have the ability to sell your idea with excitement, and that is something that at times I find is lacking. So maybe some courses we can introduce there, and then awareness about continuous learning and about the domain and application of, let's say, your artificial intelligence, data crunching, IT, software, legal and regulatory compliances, and these things are very, very important. Finally, of course, innovation, has to be a way of thinking and a way of doing things. So some maybe courses on innovation management, some crash programs if we can introduce on campus, which will enhance their competencies in thinking about innovation. Of course, another area is deep relationships building and the art of networking, because networking is very, very important in today's world. They say your network is your net worth. I see students come and go, and then the time comes when in 1 month you really have a lot of calls, and then suddenly nothing, and then you forget, and then you suddenly get a call 6 months later, and then they have to remind you. So that deep relationship building is also an art. Networking is an art, and it's very important for entrepreneurs to have that art. Finally, of course, adaptation to change and perseverance. All ideas are great, they have to be tweaked to become really profitable. And another thing I want to say, and I've always said, that is about ethics and values. People keep talking about we need money, and this is how we are going to use it. There's no B plan I see that which talks about, okay, this is how we are going to return it, this is how we are going to be creating value, and this is how we are going to benefit the investors. I think that consciousness that money is available, but it is available at a cost, and then we have to return it with profit. That's another, I think, consciousness we need to bring in our budding entrepreneurs. These are some of my inputs, and you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I think excellent mentors and coaches we have in our ecosystem. We should really focus now on some of the measurable, let's say, indicators as to how many of our entrepreneurs have gone on to create how much value, how much employment, and let's keep a track of those measurable variables to see how we are doing as a team also. Great. So thank you. That's all from me. You guys have fun. All the very best. And my apologies for not being there, because now business is starting and I am traveling and things are going back to normal, and I pray that everything continues this way. Thank you. All the best. Bye.